Okay, good morning, Niels. First and foremost, I just want to say thank you for doing what you're doing and giving back to the pool community. It's really appreciative, and I've admired you for many, many years. Watched your videos, watched your matches. I particularly love watching you and Daryl Appleton play. I feel like I like both of your styles, so watching both of y'all play is it's just really goodness for me. Okay, what this video is about? We were talking about helping English. You did that straight pull run, and I've seen this a lot. You put helping English on a lot of shots. You had this straight pull shot. You opened up like this, and to break the rack, you put a little bit of helping English on this ball to bust open the rack, right? For me, I find that can cause me to miss. I could hit the ball too full, shoot it into here, and I feel like it's an added risk, especially for shots like this, where I'm going to hit this break ball kind of firm, make that ball. I don't feel like the throw is going to even come into play there or skid or anything like that. So the reason this came up, I was playing a money match with somebody, good player, and tough action. We were playing on a bar table, and I had this kind of run out right here. So the nine's on the spot, the eight's a little high. I've got this seven ball. I've got to come back to get a good angle on this eight to either hold or roll to the rail and get on the nine. And I shot this seven with helping English. I think it was a little flatter than that. I think it was something like this. And, got down, got stroke, put my tip of right English on there. And what did I do? I did that right there. I shot it straight into the rail. And my opponent said something interesting. He said, "Why'd you put English on that ball?" And I thought about it, and I was like, did I really need English on that ball? I mean, can't I just make this ball with a low ball and draw back? I mean, look how much easier that was, right? Took the risk out by adding the English, got a straight in shot. And so I started taking English out of my game, and I learned a few things. Let's go back to this run out. We'll address, whether I'm making the right choice or not in a second. I just want to talk about what I learned, which is pretty useful. One, by taking English out of your game, you can benefit from a breaking action from not adding that running English. So here's a run out, right? This is an example I thought of where I've got a good angle on the 4 to go 2 rails to the 5, but I don't want to go 3 rails. And by putting that running English on there, that cue ball can get away from you. For instance, like, you just hit middle ball, tip of right. But look, that English wants to take off, almost go 3 rails. But let's set it up again. I'm going to hit the same shot with the same speed without the running English. And I'll check off that second rail and get good. Look at that. It's going to bounce. I got a little more angle than I wanted. Didn't want to run the 6. I was trying to hit about here. Could have hit a little lower on the cue ball. But, I mean, even this shot here, I won't even put English on it. And I missed. But I'm talking, while I'm shooting, when I did a minute ago. But look, I'm straight on the 6. Didn't need English on that ball. So, breaking action. All right. There's a bonus to getting breaking action on like 2 rail position shots without putting English on there versus putting the running English on there, the helping English all the time. That was something I learned. I thought that was probably pretty interesting. Even on this shot. Say I'm playing this shot again. Maybe I want to stay right here and not come back, but I want to hit this ball firm. I noticed too, even on this shot, I kind of hit it bad. But even on that shot, when it touched the rail, it slowed this cue ball down. Maybe I'm trying to hold it here for something else. And that's really useful on a bar table where the cue ball can get away from you and those rails are really springy. Okay, let's get back to this though. Taking running English out of my game did teach me some things and helped me recognize the benefits of not using running English in some situations. But the statement you made on the Q&A this weekend, I think is important because I think I do get more skids playing straight pool, not applying running English on a lot of shots. If I hit them softer, I've noticed I've had to hit running English on a lot of shots. There's a drill I do. I was struggling with tight quarters draw shots. And I started this drill right here, and I had to run them out, just shooting the balls up in the corner. And I found like these shots where the ball's got to go a long ways, I have to put a little bit of running English on this. If I don't, it won't go. So, if I got to cut that 11 and it's got to go a long distance, I've either got to overcut it or put a little running English on it. So, once again, I'm talking. So, I do know running English is important. Okay, let's get back, and I do recognize when it's needed for sure, especially for shot making. To the point you made on the Q&A this weekend. Let's get back to this situation. It's kind of a medium shot, medium speed. And I think the reason I missed this because it's an awkward distance. And I feel like sometimes playing the Terrific 3 or the Skillful Square or even the 6-point star, 9-point star, sometimes I have a little bit of trouble with these outside English shots on the rail. And I do want to hit them full. Oh, I hit that one really full. But maybe this is a flaw in my game. Let's get away from this example for 1 second and talk about 2 other examples. So there's 2 ways I apply English. Let's say I've got a long distance to roll. I don't want the cue ball going crazy. I don't want to hit it with a ton of speed. So the cue ball is probably not going to be sliding by the time the cue ball gets to the 7. But I still want to go to 2 rails, bounce off the second round, get on the 8. So the 8's a little bit more like that. So this, I get down, I aim at the contact point, I put a tip of lift spin, and then I stroke through it. And I hit it terrible, but I stroke through it. And there's one, the ball's squirting to the right, but then it swerves back by the time it gets there. Yeah, like that. I hit it a little too hard. Once again, that running English taking off on you. It's still not bad shape though. But the other thing I do, let's say the cue ball's there and there, and now I'm going to hit it with a sliding cue ball, like low outside. Now when I put on the English, I'm going to do tip of English, but then this is different. I'm not stroking through it and allowing it to squirt and then swerve. I'm instead going to stroke through with a light hand and allow my cue to glance off so the cue ball stays on line the whole way to the shot. I hit that bad. I'm talking and missing, not 100% focused on the shot. So, but this is what I wanted to get to, is what I'm doing wrong. The sliding cue ball and a light backhand. Well, those 4 1/8-inch pockets are getting me this morning. Let me try one more time. Is my application of English and the technique wrong? Right? One way I'll work on this is to shoot the Mighty X. It's still shot stop, but now I want to practice on accuracy with the application of English. So go down the left tip of English, stroke through it. But see how my tip's offline? I'm not stroking straight through with the tip to left. I'm stroking kind of like that way. So I drew it back. I had a little low on that ball. Let's do it right. Still put a little right on there, but hey, hit it pretty center though. And then now instead of trying to stop it or draw it back, let's try to follow it in. Let's put tip of left. Okay, so it swerved over a little more. So rolling cue ball, I stroke through it, and it caused the cue ball to deflect. With the sliding cue ball, I allow the cue to deflect. There it is. Pretty close. I think the spin's throwing it off. That's really what I wanted to get at. In this game situation, I still think hitting it without the help in English just reduces risk, prevents me from hitting it fat. And it's kind of a weird distance where not hitting it hard, but I just wanted your take on this. How do you apply English? Do you stroke with a light hand? And allow your tip to deflect, allow the cue to deflect. That way the cue ball stays on line all the way to the object ball contact point. Or do you aim off, stroke through with speed? So that's the third thing. I think I see some pros do this. Say this hard shot right here. Instead of allowing the cue to deflect, they'll put the outside English and they'll aim outside. So now they'll cut the cue ball to here. But they're counting on the deflection of the cue to hit this ball fuller and put it there. I don't even think I could do this, but I'm going to try to. And then I'm going to try to stroke right through it with the tip of left. Oh, it actually worked, no scratch. So that's the other thing. Is that what you're doing? Are you aiming off when you're putting a tip of, like aiming here on that type of shot? Putting a tip of outside English, overcutting the ball, counting on the deflection to right the aim and put the object ball in the pocket. To me, I feel like I have to aim off on every shot, and that's something I have to relearn if that's what you're doing and that's what you recommend I do. Okay, that's pretty much it. Hopefully that explains where I was going with all that. And again, to repeat, when I took outside helping English off of every shot, I do feel like my shot making improved. Shots like this 7 ball right there, I stopped rattling it or, shooting it into the rail. I feel like I shoot the terrific 3 to scope square a little better too when I don't have to put outside English on every shot. But am I just avoiding a flaw in my game? That's what I'm wondering. And is this a barrier to improvement that I have sidestepped? So would love your input on it. Thank you again. You could count this as my video instructional for the month, or I think we're supposed to do one once a month. That's fine. I've got a lot of travel in my future. I've got to go to Virginia for 2 weeks, and then I've got to go to Korea for 3 weeks. So I get to play all around the world thanks to my job. But when I'm in Virginia, the pool room that Jason Shaw ran his 832 in is right next to my work. Pretty cool. So I plan on playing a lot of straight pool there. Last time I was there, I ran a 56, I believe, and then I missed my break shot. So I'll try to see if I can do better. But and your 99 run video was helpful, very helpful. So maybe I'll review it again on the plane ride to Virginia. So again, thank you. You're an ambassador for the sport. I love your professionalism. I love your attitude. Thank you for your time.